Welcome back to SwitchCorner. It's time for our weekly 10 deals under $10 or of course your local currency. Now as always here I'll be covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Except this week it's Black Friday, so 10 games, it quickly turned into 22. I'm trying to be a little bit more obscure this week with the deals I'm pointing out. There's a lot of noise on the eShop and a lot can simply go missed. Also I tried to keep it mainly to deals available everywhere, but there will be 5 that are like US, Canada exclusive. With that though, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. First up then, let's get all the Devolver Digital out the way first. With 22 games to break down, it is going to be though a little bit more quickfire than usual. First up we get Katana Zero, simply put a masterpiece. It's an action platformer where you essentially run around katana in hand and take out your enemies job after job. You are essentially a gun for hire here, but the mechanics, the ability to slow down time, your quick dash and your ability to deflect gunfire back, it's an absolute blast, but also, gotta say, on the more difficult side of things, as here one hit is game over and it's time to try again. It's all rounded out then with stunning visuals, a great soundtrack and a surprisingly deep story. With 40% off, it marks a new all-time low. Then GRIS, another masterpiece, but a different type of masterpiece, an artistic type of one. For this one you need to like something a bit more evocative because there's no death or real challenge here. It's about joining someone for a ride in their own world as they basically deal with a painful experience. Visually though, incredible, this hand-drawn style is some of my favourite on the console, and then the score, the soundtrack, it's a classical composition that just knows how to pull out the emotion. With 60% off, it's another new all-time low, and I really do think this is just an important piece of media for video games, showing how much they can actually truly say. So the final Devolver title then, My Friend Pedro, and while it's no Katana or GRIS, this is Devolver picking up something they are known for, an out there fiscal ride that for sure just hits the mark of bullet ballet. Here you are guided by a sentient banana to basically kill everyone. It's not subtle, that is for sure, and the blend of platforming with twin stick controls, they take a little while to get used to, but once you get them down it feels amazing, and few games give you such freedom over the crazy acrobatics and gunplay on show. Another all-time low with 50% off, and you can expect to hear that a lot today in this video. So before we do continue, I'm going to do a quick self-plug here. Crowdmade, who do look after my merch for me and they do a great job of it, are currently offering some Black Friday deals, 20% off and a few other pieces here and there. If you've ever wanted neon Joy-Cons on a t-shirt, sweater or hoodie though, maybe take a look. I chose Crowdmade for their high quality that they produce, and it did take a little while to finally decide on someone, so it's for sure a company I am happy to get my name behind. I have linked that in the pinned comment down below and also in the description. Okay, so beat 'em up fans, the Takeover, this is a side scroller with clear influence from Streets of Rage, and it released actually just before Streets of Rage 4. Yes, it's influenced by the series, no question about it. I mean, it literally wants to be it, but too often I hear this is a cheap Streets of Rage 4. This thing was in production for years, a lot of care went into it, and I think the beta release on Steam was maybe 3 or 4 years back now. This though, it's a complete passion project and it can stand proudly alongside its influences. It even then throws in some vehicular action on a couple of levels, so yeah, don't judge this one before you try it. It's a fantastic game, I reviewed it on the channel and it deserves any love it gets. 50% off, another all-time low. Race fans, Riptide GP Renegade, this price matches the all-time low with 70% off. We haven't seen this on sale though since March, so I wanted to give it just a quick shout out. It's simple enough, jet ski like racing, so think if you took Wipeout then combined it with Wave Race 64 and throw in some crazy jumps and stunts, and you pretty much get this one. Really like this game though, I've had it since release way back in 2017, but it stands up to this day. It even has a career mode, customization and online races, though I will say I'm not sure how busy they would be now. Maybe check it out though, it's an absolute bargain at this price. So the last couple of days I've done 2 videos breaking down every single entry of my Switch Gem series that hit Black Friday sales. I do suggest you go and take a look at them if you're looking for even more ways to spend cash. Of course though, another one went live last night after I released both parts, but this one also deserves a look. This is ITTA. It's a relatively new game with a new all-time low of 34% off, and the closest comparisons I could make are visually it's going to be similar to Hyper Light Drifter. Gameplay wise, it's more kind of like bullet hell twin stick style, with multiple difficulty options though for those that don't want a challenge and just want to, like, you know, enjoy the story. You're gonna find something really interesting here. It's set around the idea of personal struggles. I have a full review on the channel that you can also check out if you want to know more. Couple obvious ones now, but Bandai Namco bringing the deals. My favourite two, we got Katamari REROLL, a remake of the 2004 PS2 game, and this, it's about as weird as they come. You are the son of a king who destroys the stars, and now you need to rebuild them by basically rolling around and, yeah, essentially picking shit up. It's weird as hell, but also surprisingly addictive, and this new all-time low of 67% off, absolute steal. Likewise then from Bandai we have Dragon Ball FighterZ, probably one of the best 1v1 fighters on the console, next to maybe think like Under Night and then BlazBlue Central Fiction. Here though we're getting a 3 vs 3 tag battle system with of course a story mode, local play and online. Even if you don't like Dragon Ball, fight fans should absolutely check this one out at the huge 84% off. A couple US exclusives now, but Horizon Chase Turbo is rocking 75% off, a new all-time low, and if you like your old school racers of like the 80s and 90s, think like Outrun and in particular Top Gear, this is a must-buy, offering a stunning low-poly art style, fast-paced, local play, and yeah, just a fun take on racing as well as a career mode. This is going to be worth the addition to your library. No online play here with this one, but I do find I still keep on coming back for those pick up and play moments. Then another kind of throwback, but Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger with 40% off. Don't see this hit the sales too often, but this is a fantastic 2D action platformer where you set out as a hero. You've basically promised now to protect a group of children that are surviving in the ruins of a society. Take down a ton of enemies though, find some similarities to think games like Mega Man, and just bask in the stunning pixel work on show here. Not the longest of experiences this one, you're looking probably around the 4-hour mark, but you don't need long when it's this fast paced. Alright, so old school shooter fans, so many games want to be it, but few can match it. Doom, and we have the whole selection on sale here right now with 50% off each. We get Doom, Doom 2, Doom 3, and of course Doom 64. Doom and its sequel are classics that really need no introduction, just blow shit up. The third game is an underappreciated gem where they focus more on horror than simply that run and gun action. And then Doom 64, another fantastic game. I just lean more towards the originals like pixel work, and the third one actually still looks amazing. Can't go wrong with any of these though, especially at this price. Alright, so my pickups I'm grabbing free as always. I can't necessarily recommend them, I haven't played them near enough to, like, you know, fully get behind them, but maybe you do want to join me for the ride. The first one, we get Castle Storm 2. This is a US exclusive deal with 50% off. This is, to be honest, I'm not really sure what to expect, but from what I can tell, it's strategy elements, which is then combined with tower defense and then catapults, which seem to steal kind of the concept of think like Angry Birds. The first entry was highly regarded though, so I'm actually looking forward to now checking this one out. I love the visual style too. Then we get Sin Slayers. This one didn't get the best of reviews honestly, but 90% off, it's time for me to take the risk. One I always see on sale, but it's never quite, you know, been low enough for me to like jump in. I'll take the risk now though. It's promising an RPG experience with rogue-like elements. From the screenshots, I gotta say it seems to use map traversal, then it's combining that with turn-based like strategy that leads into more traditional RPG combat. Looks like a cool mashup, but reviews that I read, as I say, they were a little all over the shop. My final pickup then, Heroland, and it's another one where reviews they weren't particularly great. 70% off though, I'm gonna take the risk. Here you're invited to a magical resort where anyone can be a hero except for you. You are the guide. You must lead warriors through this world as you're going to recruit over 20 different characters and then enter into like RPG strategy combat. Looks nice and colourful, and that's literally, to be honest, what I'm basing this buying decision on, just because it might be a good simplistic adventure to play on the go handheld. Our final US only deal of the video then, Unrailed, is a piece of genius that I just absolutely adored. It's a multiplayer focused experience with local and online play that I reviewed over on the channel, and the concept is really simple. Build a train track to get from like station A to station B with multiple players involved, though this thing just gets manic. One could be building, another harvesting wood, another like tackling enemies who are basically out to destroy my track. This is one I knew I loved when I intended to spend like maybe an hour on it with friends, and that quickly turned into like a 4 or 5 hour session. I do have a full review on the channel for this one if you want to know a little little bit more, but this is another new all-time low with 50% off. Witcher fans, I talk to this one a lot, but Thronebreaker, the Witcher Tales, it matches the all-time low, which is a bargain in my opinion, of 50% off. This takes the Witcher universe and just changes things up, giving us an adventure exploration title with then the occasional puzzle and mainly card deck battle mechanics. This takes the world of Witcher though and throws it into an isometric style. It gives us these huge locations and shows us battles that have taken place. What I really love though, the visual style. CD Projekt Red, they really do know how to get the most out of the system, and this is another example because this hand-drawn work here is absolutely stunning. Our final 3 games now. First, LUCAH, Born of a Dream. It's coming in with its lowest price ever of 60% off. In the US, we haven't seen this price since August. In the UK, EU and AU, this is actually the first time it's ever been on sale, and this is a stunner that no doubt goes overlooked thanks to its more than unusual visual style. It's definitely an acquired taste. The visuals might not suggest it though, but what we get here is a very deep hack and slash adventure that is extremely challenging. Story-wise, you've been cursed to see your worst nightmares come to life. Then to round it out, expect to level up your character with different skills and a rewind function to retry battles that you fail, and you'll be using that a lot. Look past the visuals on this one though and you will genuinely find a really good slice of indie here. The average on Metacritic, a pretty solid 80%. So our penultimate game of the week then, and these, like last 2, they go hand in hand, but let's start with Inside. Inside is a puzzle platformer from Playdead Games, and it's pretty much, and understandably so, critically acclaimed. It's one that needs to be experienced, a stunning 2D black and white world, and yeah, there's a whole lot of reviews out there, but my suggestion, go into this one as blind as possible. So I'm going to keep it very simple and just repeat what they say on the eShop, which is a single sentence. Take on the role of a boy who is hunted and alone, drawn into the center of a dark project. Absolute genius, and this 66% off, by far the lowest we've ever seen. The first time it's also ever been sub $10, but we don't even see it on sale too often. The final game of the video then on Playdead's prior effort, Limbo. Same again, 66% off, first time under $10. This one, it set the path for what Inside would be, and it's very similar in design. This one though is completely black and white and plays with the idea of shadows for its characters. Like Inside, this is extremely creepy stuff and no doubt influenced the likes of Think Little Nightmares, but again, the less you know, the more unique this one will be, so I will stick with a single sentence description on the eShop. Uncertain of his sister's fate, a boy enters Limbo. If you're picking up both, start with Limbo first, progress to Inside, but if you do pick both up, just know you're going to be paying less than it would typically cost to buy just one. And that's the weekly 10 under 10 download. Yeah, 22 games instead, because there was just so many deals right now. If you didn't check out the 2 gem specials I did, I'm going to be putting them here at the end of the video and in the pinned comment down below. I'm looking forward to a little bit of normality next week where I can get back to just 2 deals videos and focus on some amazing games coming next week, which I'll be dropping reviews on. With that though, like a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.